Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well on this beautiful spring day. I got some records to show. I haven't, these aren't really, can't call them finds because I wasn't out digging around and going to record stores or Goodwills or thrift stores because they're all closed still here in Maine. But the first group I got from Sunday's Records. It was, one of those nights when it's later and you're hanging out and you're looking at the computer and you're trolling online and see something that says Sundays. You go, oh, I forgot about it. Let me check Sundays out. So you go to the website, and before you know it, you buy 4 albums. So that's the way it is. First one I bought is John Lee Hooker, Sings Blues. This is a repress from a 1960 release by King Records. 16 tracks on it, 8 on a side. What can I say? I mean, the music is fantastic. There's the King label, the reproduction of the original King label. The recording, of course, is not very good. I mean, King Records was not known for producing audiophile recordings, and recording not really great, but the music is so good it overcomes all that. John Lee does what he has here: Slim Stomp, Shake 'Em Up, Happy Blues, Nightmare Blues, Moanin' Blues, Late Last Night, Devil's Jump. It's just great stuff. From 1960, John Lee Hooker sings blues. Next one I got is a record I needed to complete my collection of all the early Dylan albums. And for some reason, I didn't have this in my collection, and it's Another Side of Bob Dylan. I don't know how I missed having this in the collection, but now I do have it in a nice mono pressing from Sundazed, in the original Columbia mono red white label. And this was a sticker they had on the front, and I didn't realize what it says here is, in keeping with its title, Dylan's 4th album finds the artist breaking away from topical protest songs, blah, blah, blah. Recorded in a single evening in June 1964 and released 2 months later. I had no idea that he recorded this album in one day, one night. I mean, you have on here All I Really Want to Do, Black Crow Blues, Spanish Harlem Incident, Chimes of Freedom, To Ramona, Motorcycle Nightmare, My Back Pages, Ballad in Plain D, It Ain't Me Babe. All classic recordings and all done in one session in one night. Unbelievable. There you go, Dylan. Another Side. Another one I've been looking for a long time to find a nice clean copy and could never find a clean copy. And finally said, screw it, I'm just going to get one. And it's The Byrds, Fifth Dimension. And this is also a nice mono copy. I think I saw a mono copy at a store in Massachusetts at a record place. And they wanted like $75 for it. And it wasn't clean. It was okay, but it wasn't as clean as I'd like it. And this is obviously brand new, perfect Sundazed mono pressing. Again with the Columbia. And it's a fantastic album. 8 Miles High, Hey Joe, What's Happening, Mr. Spaceman, Wild Mountain Time. The original Byrds, fantastic record. So glad I have it. It sounds great in mono. And the last record I got when I was digging through the website there was another one I've been looking for and pulled the trigger on it. And it's Gene Clark's first album. And obviously from the Byrds. That last Byrds album, I think, was 1966. And he left, and this is his album he put out in 1967 with the Gosden brothers. Also has Clarence White and Glenn Campbell on guitar, Chris Hillman on bass, Leon Russell on piano and harpsichord. First time hearing it yesterday. I thought it was going to be more country rock than it is. It's a little more poppy pseudo-psych, I guess. I liked it. I liked a couple of really great songs on here. Keep On Pushing is great. Can't remember the ones I particularly liked right now. I got to listen to it a couple more times. But yeah, Gene Clark, formerly of the Byrds, his first album, self-titled. And then I bought some records, some jazz albums. I'm a big jazz hound. And these I got, I think was not Music Matters. Sound of Music? Can't remember the name of it. Anyway, they had a sale at 30% off, so I jumped on that. I couldn't resist. And the first one I got is Lee Morgan, the Rump Roller. And this on Blue Note. This is the 80th anniversary Blue Note edition, so this came out last year. They were formed in 1939, so 2019 would be 80 years. This is the 80th re-release of this album. This was his record right after Sidewinder. This was, I think, 1965 or 4, something like that. And on the traditional Blue Note label, which we all know and love, there you go. And features Lee Morgan on trumpet, Joe Henderson on sax, Ronnie Matthews on piano, Victor Sproles on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. A different band from Sidewinder, but fantastic. Just amazing record. Really getting into Lee Morgan, loving this stuff. While I was there, they also had the what they call the Tone Poet series that they're putting out recently. So I got 2 of the Tone Poet series on Blue Note also. And this was also Lee Morgan. This is The Cooker. And this is recorded 1957. Rudy Van Gelder Studios, of course. And Lee Morgan, Pepper Adams on saxophone, Bobby Timmons on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Philly Joe Jones on drums. I know people have been showing all these records all the time. These are the gorgeous pressings and beautiful, highly slick covers. You see the reflection. Gatefolds. The originals were not gatefolds. Added beautiful photographs of the recording sessions that were not on the original covers at all. The originals didn't have, didn't have gatefolds. And again, the Blue Note label we all know. This again is a amazing record. I just absolutely went crazy for this. One of my favorites of all the current records I got. Listened to this a couple of times already. Fantastic. There you go, Lee Morgan. And the last one I got was another Tone Poet series. And everyone was showing this one also, but I got it, so I might as well show it. And it's Money Jungle with Duke Ellington, Charlie Mingus, and Max Roach. Again, beautiful photos on the inside. This one I got to listen to a couple more times to decide if I really like it as much as I liked it, but I wasn't going gaga over it. Liked the label a lot, really nice. United Artists Jazz, beautiful label. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's definitely good. But the Lee Morgan album spoke to me more than this did. So I got to give this a couple more spins before I make a determination whether it's really what I love or not. But I'm a big Charles Mingus fan, and I mean, I love all the musicians on here. They're all fantastic. So there you go. These are all, mostly those songs are written by Duke Ellington, recorded September 17th, 1962. And it's so nice to hear, to see albums that are recorded in one session instead of like most of the rock music we hear, which takes months and months to go over and redo and fix and change and splice different takes together to make a complete song. These are basically turn it on, let the musicians roll, and that's what you get. So there you go, Money Jungle. And that's it. Those are all I got to show today. A couple of records I picked up recently. I hope this pandemic sort of fades a little bit so we can go back out and do some digging, because God knows I'm jonesing to get out there and dig through some record crates and see what people are selling. I know everybody, you all feeling the same way. Everybody wants to get out there and start digging. hopefully by June or mid-June, we should be back out there, as long as we're wearing our masks and keeping decent distance and washing our hands after and before. We should be okay. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. Take care. And until next time, peace.